Spicy Toast Gaming here, and thank you for tuning in to this week's game highlight. This week we are checking out An Ankou. Probably mispronouncing that, but it is a new roguelike game with a bit of a twist. And it really made me realize that I have a new favorite type of game, and that is the $5 roguelike. Unlike most roguelikes where it's very random and you're leveling up after killing units, here you're actually focusing on crafting. You're starting out, you're going to all of these different resources, and you're trying to craft better and better gear throughout your run. Also, the maps are not procedurally generated, so you can start to get a feel of where the resources are and try to plan out your run a bit better. Now, there are some altars that you can sacrifice resources at to get random improvements, so there is still that element of randomness and upgrades, but it's much more consistent than most other roguelikes. But those altars, since you're having to sacrifice some of your materials, if you have a certain build you're working on, you might need to switch it up in the middle of a run if you had to donate some of the resources you were counting on to that altar. And the game is quite fun overall and is an interesting twist on the genre. Not really sure if I was going to like the gathering and crafting mechanics, but it actually is quite fun and gives you a very different feel as most other games. Most other games in this genre, since you're leveling up from killing units, you want to focus on doing that. Here, the enemy units are actually just a nuisance in most cases. At the moment, you don't get any rewards for killing most of them. Some of them have spirits or souls you can harvest to get some upgrades, but most of the time they're just something you have to deal with while you're working on improving your build and getting those crafting materials. It is a very fun change of pace. When some other roguelikes, when there's gaps between enemies coming, that's normally a bit annoying for you because you want to keep being able to kill them, keep getting XP, keep leveling up. But here, when there's a gap in the action, you're like, oh, thank goodness, I can now go try to craft some things, get some more resources, and those lulls in combat is actually quite nice for you to have. And overall, the game feels quite different, but still very fun. Now, this game actually just released on August 17th. Most games that I highlight are games I got a key for. This game I actually flat out went and bought, and I am very happy with that. There's many games that I get keys for that I want to showcase and think, oh, this is going to be a nice $3, $4 game. But then I look at it and it's like $17 or $20. And I just have to think, man, this game, even though it's fine, it's definitely not worth that price. So quite often there's games I get keys for that I don't showcase. This game though, and there's several others like it, but they're just a nice $5 game you can get on Steam and get dozens of hours of fun gameplay out of. Now, this one is early access and it just released into early access. I did not have any crashes or issues while playing it myself, and the game ran quite smooth overall. Now, I have already been able to beat the toughest content currently in the game, but I haven't completed all the content yet. I would estimate that to complete everything in the game right now, you're probably looking at 5 to 10 hours of gameplay, but this is also the type of game where it's just fun to play. So even if you completed everything the game had to offer, you could just keep playing it for fun, as that's the main focus of these games. Now, that 5 to 10 hours, that's just the content that's currently in the game. There's also plenty of content coming in the next couple months, so that 5 to 10 hours is going to be a lot longer very shortly. In my experience, this game is definitely worth picking up, especially if you like those roguelike games. And with it being under $5, I think you're definitely going to get your money's worth. Also, as a quick shout out, if you want another one of these sort of $5 roguelikes that are very, very good, I would also check out Halls of Torment. Might do a video on that later, but there's been a lot of awesome roguelikes I've been able to pick up on Steam for just $5 or less that I've really been enjoying, and that really has become my new favorite game type. That's it for this game highlight though. I put out one of these game highlight videos just about every single week, and the rest of the time I'm covering Path of Champions, which is the roguelike game mode for Legends of Runeterra. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. I hope you have a great day.